Hello, hello, hello. Welcome and come on in. We are live on Facebook, and this also will be going to all our other spaces like our email list and everything else. So happy Monday, magnificent Monday to you. This is about inspiring you and getting you to a place where you can feel really good about your life. You know you have a place to go. You excuse me, you have a place to be, and elevation of the human body or the human spirit is about the activeness of knowing where to go, get inspired, learn, and grow. So today's topic is, what is love and how do I get it? Once I tell you, you guys are going to be like, oh my God, of course. You already know it. You inherently know everything. So this is why this is important as a reminder, as a foundation piece. What is love? Over history, you've heard that it's God. The foundation is God. The first commandment is, there shall be no other gods besides me. So what does that, remember this, what I'm saying, there is no other gods before me, besides me. So what does that mean? Hold that, and then think about, what is love? Love is that feeling within us that we get with our family members or our loved ones, but that's not it. That's not the depth of love. So let's go deeper. What is love? Love is the divinity within yourself. That's what it is. Because as you grow through and into love and the depths of love, what you're getting, receiving, is a deeper respect of love, a deeper knowledge of love, a deeper awareness of you and your journey. You are a soul. You are love already. So what is love deeper? In the Bible, we are taught that there is a good God and there's a vengeful God. Remember, all these stories are written by men. They weren't spontaneously written on rocks themselves. Some of them were, but they were transcribed over the centuries. Literally, they didn't start getting transcribed till 100 years later. So that tells us that the stories, the myths, are that. I'm not trying to upset anybody. I'm not trying to freak you out to your core, but literally it was created by man for the purpose of man. Originally, Catholicism was how the Bible came to be. It was regrouped, brought together. So also you can study for fun what the royals and the Roman Empire and all of that was truly all about. It's amazing. It's amazing, our history. But the love within you, love, what is love? It's that wholeness, that stillness. It's the divine, it's God, it's creator, it's source, it's spirit, it's prana, it's life force within you. So if we say, what is love? And we say it's within you, how do we get it? It could be fear-based, right? Because you don't know how to get it. So all of a sudden you're like, wow, love is supposed to be kind and gentle, but I'm scared, I'm shaking. I've never really had it before. What is it? It's that still small voice within you. It's the rumbling voice within you. It's the power and the greatness within you. How do you get it? You have to connect to the love within you. No matter what I teach and say, it all comes back to the foundation of who you are and the ability of how to grow yourself, right? The ability of how to grow yourself, how to get out of fear, how to stay in an elevated place, how to be successful, how to be joyous, how to be loving, instead of how to be sad. How do I stop the tears? How do I stop my heartbreak? How do I get rid of the clouds above me instead of the sunshine? So it's within you. So how do we get it? One, we have to open up to receive it. We have to know that it's ours. We have to know that it's part of us. But we have to do human footsteps because we're in this human plane to get to our spiritual sense within us. I find it fascinating, and that more people aren't doing this. When I first started in on this industry 14 years ago, and I was a relationship coach, I had to bring in self-love work so that people would understand themselves and their partners. That was brilliant. Years later, I started seeing other coaches doing that. Brilliant. But truly, the essence of who we are is raising our emotional intelligence, which is all the interpersonal development work that clears away the fear, the trauma, the stories, the shadows that we've lived with, that we grew up with, that are not ours. We were beautiful little tiny sponges, and some of us had rough upbringings, some of us had softer upbringings, but perhaps the world outside was rougher for you. Not everyone is smooth. You do hear people defending themselves, and it's not about defending yourself. This is about healing. Your story matters. You matter. You are important. So now you have to turn that inside in an unarrogant way and see who you truly are and why you truly matter, and begin to feel that love within you. I guarantee you, when you start to do the mirror work that we do here, and I've done with my clients for over 14 years, when you start to do the inner child process, to see the stories and see how you as the grown individual can support the younger you, the inner child that was scared, through a storyline, so the energy breaks, the fear breaks, the trauma breaks, the lies break, and you actually see that you are worth and valuable to many people, not just yourself, but the most important thing is to understand it for yourself. That perhaps the lies you heard growing up about yourself are just that. Why would they not just be lies if they're negative about you? And you are the source of love. You are a fountain of love. So look, we've got almost close to 8 billion people on this planet. What if everybody was the source of love? What if everybody demonstrated to be fountains of love? Would we live in a different place? Would our planet look different? It certainly would. So this is one reason why we need to discover what love is and how do we find it, so that it can be a part of our life. It can be a place of growth, of power. You are that worth it, to discover who you are and to live the greatest life you can here on earth. Guess what? Your soul asked to come here. Our soul is greater than us by far, than the human body that is birthed and then one day will die. We're fragile in our human form. So in our human form, we're incredibly fragile, but we also get to understand and love that aspect of us as well. Love the depths of who we are. Understand that the body is part of the whole love system too. You can't have the interior loved without understanding what the body does and what the mind does and the whole spiritual experience. The body, mind, and spirit are a trinity. That is the true trinity: body, mind, and spirit. And when you understand that the spirit part is your spiritual essence, your divinity, your soul that is already within you, you have love already within your body, already within your being, already within your consciousness, and already within your subconsciousness. Perhaps your subconsciousness has been having a lot of stories told over the years, that why things didn't work out, why you're not happy, why you're not loved, why you're not at peace. Okay, I hear you. I feel you. I was there. Totally understand it. But the magic, now this gets to how we get it. We've talked about how we get it a little bit earlier, but the magic is within you. You have the ability to shift and change. One reason I'm incredibly adamant about this, if you haven't read the Mirror Mirror book that I give away for free, or it's for sale on Amazon on a Kindle form, if you haven't read Mirror Mirror, ask me for it. You will see that transformation is possible. I was in a wheelchair. 9/11 hit, I totally emotionally collapsed. My CPTSD, my childhood post-traumatic stress disorder kicked in. I was like a little child. It was really hard, and I had little children. So I dug in deep. I did have an amazing foundation of my spirituality and who I was. I spent a lot of time by myself growing up, and I spent a lot of time with God, talking to God. That's kind of cool, actually. I've thought since I've come through cancer a second time, this time with no tumors and totally and cancer-free. I've thought about my youth and about the magic of who I am. And each of us have magic, not just me. Each of us are magical beings, but we have to understand our greatness. And I can tell you, mine is the time, my relationship I spent with myself and God. And I didn't even realize I was doing that. But when I was sad or lonely, or had just been through a beating from my mom, which happened almost daily, I would connect to God. See, my story is not different than many thousands and millions of people on this planet, perhaps billions. I'm just like you. Mine might have been a little bit darker, might not have been, doesn't matter. What matters is how to get to the other side. So, thinking recently about how I came on the other side of cancer was my awareness of who I was and the depths of the love I've grown for myself. I can hear my breast talking to me. I've heard it say recently after I'm done and the doctors still want to take it, please don't cut me off. Please don't take me. So we have to listen to our bodies. We have to listen to our mind and our spirit. And within that whole space, we make decisions for ourselves. Remember, there's no judging of yourselves or anyone else. There's no right, wrong, good, bad. It's an experience of growth. And it's an experience for you. And it all goes back to the formulation of what is love and how do I get it. Discovering your value, your greatness within you is what is love, right? Since love is who we naturally are as divine beings, as souls. And how to get it is the same way. Work through the stories, work through the pain, work through the issues. Now, one thing that I have to push on is there's a fastness to this. Most people hold on to their stories until they're beaten dead and gone, literally. I mean, it's like it should have left them years ago, but they still bring it up. Will our stories ever be truly healed? They will be healed to a point that they don't disrupt our life on a daily basis. Will something come up? I'm sure it will. It does for me. And I do this work constantly. I've done this work for years. I teach this stuff. Am I more grateful? And everybody else that I know that does their work, their interpersonal work, to love themselves, are they better off than before? Oh, hell yeah. Yeah. Because from the insecure little child that we once were, our framework was built. And we had a responsibility for that too. Not that it's our fault. Nothing is a fault. It's an experience. When you remove the shame and the blame, up comes the healing. Because we can't override the darkness with sunshine if the darkness won't move. You've got to move the darkness. Like in a storm, there's dark clouds, it's storming, and then a wind comes, and after a while, perhaps the clouds disappear and the sunshine comes out again. It may still be a little windy for a while. But even in nature, we can see transformation everywhere that relates to us. Find what supports your transformation in your moving forward. Nature's a very good place to commune because we live in cities. We live in places that don't allow us our natural state of being. Do you think mankind was born into cities? No, they were born into stillness. They were also early, I'm talking about early man, thousands of years ago. They were also born into fight and flight to protect their lives. They didn't have the skills we have today. But over history and humanity, we connect together in our communities, right? That's where we're taught, and we teach each other, and we love each other. Was it always easy? Does it sound like it was a glorious time? I'm telling you, it wasn't always easy because everybody had to work and they had to learn and they had to be following the support of each and every person in that community. I'm sure a lot of people struggled with that. So nothing is ever easy. It's not like, let's go back to, how it was 2,000 or 3,000 years ago. We'd all be pretty cold and pretty hungry. So look at what you have today and the amazing space that you have to grow, the knowledge that people come forward to share psychology and spirituality. This is why I'm a spiritual psychology coach. You study this stuff, you work through this stuff, you're educated in this stuff, and you can share it. You can heal yourself, you can help heal others. There is a beautiful love stream that's developed of healing where others have the desire to help others. I always say, if I gift you any free time that supports you and helps you, then I expect you in life, hopefully not too many years away, to turn around and support at least one person. It's a movement of love. We cannot be love and love-based if we hold it for ourselves selfishly and allow the world to die around us or to thrive in their own, I don't mean thrive in a fabulous way, but like to slither and just be in their own mess and muck. Love is about expansion. Love is about light. Why do you think that there's a reference to light and love? Because it's a brightness. It's a beauty. It allows us to see more. It allows us to see clearer. The clearer a picture is, the more we see. When our weather is stormy, we can't really see, or if the fogs come in, we really can't see too far away. That's what our internal mechanism is like. When we get stressed out, depressed, frustrated, our fog comes in. It messes with our brain. We can't remember who we are. So staying on top of your stuff, having a good foundation will eliminate the fog, will eliminate the distress, will allow you to see clearer along your journey. So here's what I'm going to recommend. I do like to give homework at times. And so that is simply, for anybody on the replay, I know the women on the call right now and they're doing their work, but anybody on the replay that wants to understand this, take a journal, write this down. What you are learning, the mirror work, the inner child meditation, healing within yourself, removing the shadows, allowing the light to come forth. Build a foundation so strong that you know what it's like to live in the space of love and to be love. And if your depression comes in or you get sick and you forget who you are for a minute or two there, know and remember, we have a recall that we imprint in ourselves. Know who you are, know who the foundation is of you, and allow that to gift you in life. Allow that to elevate you and spread your love into the world. Love is kindness, love is joy. It's not about running up to a stranger and hugging them. I'm not asking you to do that. I'm going to say, please don't do that. You might scare somebody unless you're talking to them and you connect on a level and you say, can I give you a hug? That's different. There are communities of people that think that it's okay to just run up to people and say, I love you. We remember love is clear and it's clarity, it's wisdom, it's power. So use your wisdom, clarity, and power, your love, your freedom to support yourself and others in a humanely sane way. It's a beautiful thing. Do we have any questions before I move on to the reading? Okay. So I'm going to do a reading for the day, and then I'm going to do a reading for the people on the call today. What is our date today? Give me a second, everybody. 11/28/2022. Oh, it's a 9. Oh, it's 18, so you take the 1 plus the 8, and it becomes a 9. And it's a humanitarian day. That's beautiful. All right, so let's see what the cards say. So I was just giving you the numerological aspect of the day. Now we're going to do a reading off of the humanitarian. My hands are cold, warming them up. I feel a pull on the cards, the energy when it's warm. Oops. I had a feeling that that was going to be that. Oh, wow, this is a very powerful deck. This is more like a sage and empowered. This is a very empowered day. I love this. Athena, inner wisdom. You know what to do. Trust the inner wisdom and take the appropriate action of today. It says without delay, but I said today. Sage, quiet time. Take some quiet time alone and rest, meditate, and contemplate. The deepest place into love is through yourself. So this is really beautiful that we got this one. And Excel. I love Excel because she's a medicine woman. You're a channel of the divine healing power. So when you take Athena and you take the quiet divinity and you take the medicine woman, it's really powerful within yourself. So a humanitarian day is one of those, or a humanitarian number is one that we support others that we love, right? It's an open heart. So that's really cool that we pulled that for today. Didn't even realize, didn't even do the numerology. I look at the number 9 as being very open, loving, giving, supportive. It's also referred to the saints or people like Mother Teresa and others who have done work for people. So really, really beautiful. Now I'm going to put the cards mixed up separately and then shuffle them again for the next person. And if the phone lines were full, then I would only do a 1-card pull. But I'm doing a 3-card pull. We have a few more minutes than normal. All right, so Amber's up here in the top, so we'll take her first. Then I'll take Panayota. Wow, okay. So for Amber, the first one is Ishtar boundaries. Love yourself enough to say no to others' demands on your time and energy. This is a really important card for us to be aware of because we're being pulled in all directions all the time. Solace, bodies of water. Spend time near water, such as lake, rivers, oceans, to recharge your battery. I know Amber goes to the water and hikes all the time. You are definitely, we've talked about this before, you're definitely a water person. Nematoma Sacred Space, create an altar and visit a powerful place to connect with the divine. So really, these cards are, I feel that they are also of a spiritual essence, these two together specifically. But this is telling you, this boundaries card is reminding you, Amber, about you. I know you do a lot of work for you and you're focused on that. Is there, just ask yourself, is there any way in which I can support my boundaries further today or this week moving forward, so that not that it's not about giving, because that's a love place, but it's also about being aware, not in a frightening, fearful way, but being aware of not giving too much or taking away. You're a mom with kids, so there's a lot of responsibility there. Okay, I shall put these back and go to Panagiotis. Wow. All right, the first one is Isis, past lives. The situation involves your past life memories. The second one is Vesta, home. Your household situation is improving either through the move or healthy changes in occupants. We're going to talk about this in a second. Pele. Yeah, I love Pele. Divine passion. Be honest with yourself. What is your heart's true desire? So, being of soul, having a soul, living and incarnating, we have past life experiences. Oftentimes, these help us break through our connection with our current life and our relationships, or sometimes with healing, such as physical ailments or stuff, we need to look into our past life, because oftentimes we're carrying still energy from before. The Vesta, the home, the moving or a change of occupants. This is also an internal card too. This is about huge shifting within yourself. It's about pushing out what doesn't serve you and bringing in what does. And this is what I feel for you, Panayota, that this is what this one is saying. If you were, if I saw that you were moving and buying a house, I'd tell you, but I think this is what it feels like. And the divine passion, beautiful. You're waking it up, you're wanting it, you're desiring it. So you need to call this in every day. I would even look her up if you don't have these cards, and just take her picture and just feel into Pele and the power. You might have to remind me, but I do have a it's actually in the academy. I have a meditation in there called Creation, and it's using the energy of Pele to destroy and uncreate and recreate. It's using the volcano to show us what true destruction, or not, we don't kill people when we say we uncreate and destroy our story to recreate it, but we do have to get rid of the energy, the sorrow, the pain. And so this is also what I'm seeing, not just the desire for love and beauty, but the work to remove the stuff that's in there, to destroy and uncreate. So as you're creating, the beauty's coming. So it's beautiful that you've been working on this stuff too at the same time. I love that. Okay, I decided, which I don't do, but I decided that I was going to pull one for myself, because it just kept saying, pull your cards too. So I'm going to gift myself that with you guys. because I heard I was supposed to. Even if it was just a little girl inkling inside me, if I want to play too, I'm going to do it. We need to listen to what our heart tells us. I don't know if I've ever done a reading online for myself. Oh, wow. Okay. Of course, this is going to make me emotional because I see and understand exactly what this is. So my first card is Rhiannon Sorceress. You're a magical person who can manifest clear intentions into reality. Thank you. I also got the home card, the Vesta card of Peniota. And I have been doing a lot of internal work, and I'm also moving. So this is both, I believe, for me. It's the actual physical moving, and I'm on my way to Miami in next week. And that is going to be my main place of residence soon. My husband's there, so I'm there for a month and back home for a month and there for a month. So we're moving more to Miami. So, and then this is really beautiful. Saravati, the arts, express yourself through creative activities. I love this. I was just saying yesterday to myself when one of my girlfriends was here that I needed to start to do moon ceremonies again because that's very creative for me. I also realize I need to paint again. I stopped painting in 2021 and I need to paint. I started right before I started on chemo, and I look at that piece, I laid the foundational paint and I look at it and go, I just am not motivated, but I think I need to get back into the studio. So do you see how this supports us in ways that we recognize where we need to shift and alter and move, or we have a little bit of, wow, that's really cool. Yeah, I think I am going to pick up my paint set again and paint. So it's really, really beautiful for us to connect with what feels good within ourselves. So if there's no questions, oh, there's some chats here. Let me check at them. You're welcome, Amber. You're welcome, Peniota. It's beautiful, yeah. Thank you. Okay, everybody. It was really good to be here with you today, and I'm going to turn off the live stream before I turn off the Zoom.